Hi everyone, me again from the Toccoa Valley. Susan and I are up here again for our anniversary celebration week. We get married. She says it'll be 15 years. That's a long time. But weather's going to be kind of iffy. We're going to have a couple of good days, I think, and then we've got a good chance of rain for the next two. We're only going to stay up to the end of the week. We're not going to stay the whole time because we've got stuff we've got to do in town. Thought I'd share with you something I saw the other night that I haven't seen before, and I wondered if this is common where you go. We have a Mexican restaurant that we like to go to about once a week, and we take a friend with us. Our neighbor down the street goes, and she and my wife play backgammon. We'll usually go and stay for a couple hours, and they'll go and play. We go about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they'll play for an hour or so, and then we'll order, and we'll eat supper, and usually they'll get about eight or nine games in before they're just tired of it. We finished our meal and we'll come on home. And they're real nice folks. It's the kind of place where we go there so often. We go and sit at the table and they bring us our drinks. We don't even have to order them. They know exactly what we like, and so they bring them to us. And they look after us really, really well. All of them are super friendly. But we don't always go on a Saturday. A lot of times we try to go on a Friday. It seems to be a little quieter. But this time we had to go on a Saturday. This past Saturday. And the girls were playing backgammon, and I was sitting there, and there was a table right across from me that had a gentleman in it and two ladies. And they were there before we got there. They were sitting at their table when we came in. And I just happened to glance their way. I'm looking right at them. I mean, they're facing that way. And I'm looking at them, and they had, of course, when you go into the Mexican restaurant, they bring you chips and salsa. And they had asked for water, and all three of them had a glass of water in front of them. And they sat there for a while. They had menus. They had menus in front of them as well. And they sat there for a while. And one of our waiters went over there and talked to him, and I couldn't hear what he was saying, but apparently they asked him about a particular type of margarita that they might have there, and he said, "No, I'm sorry, we don't serve that kind. We've got these other kinds." And they said, "Okay, thank you." And he walked on. They said they needed more time, and so he walked on off. Well, about 4 minutes later, they all stood up. Looked like they were walking to the bathroom. They walked right out the door. Didn't put down a penny. Didn't get a bill. Didn't pay anything. Now, I guess technically the chips are not free. They don't charge you for them in the salsa, but still, you know. And they got water, but they dirtied up dishes. They kept they occupied a table. I mean, they didn't even leave a tip of any kind. Didn't leave a couple of bucks. They just got up and went. And it took me a while to figure that out. And I watched the staff, and they looked at each other, and they were talking to each other, and I couldn't really hear what they were saying. But it looks like they were a little pissed. And I flagged down one of them later on after they cleaned everything up and said, "Those people just walk out without paying?" And he said, "Well," he told me about the drink. They want a particular margarita, we don't carry. And he said, they just up and went. And I said, "Does this happen very often?" He says, "Well, every now and then." You're going to say I'm lying, but I swear it happened. 10 minutes later, 3 ladies walk in, occupied the exact same table. They bring out the chips, the salsa, all 3 of them ask for water, and they have menus. They sat and ate every chip and all the salsa. Oh, the other group did too. They had every chip and all the salsa gone. This group, as soon as they got through with all the chips and all the salsa, they all got up, like they're going to the bathroom, and walked right out the door. I couldn't believe it. I said, "It just happened again." And what are the odds? And we only go once a week. I mean, we don't even really go every week, but we go quite a bit. But I've never seen that happen before. And to have it happen twice in a half hour is just blowing my mind. Have you seen something like this at your restaurant you go to? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Well, things that make you go, you know, but like they used to say. But hope everybody has a great day. We're up in the mountains finally, and hopefully we're going to get some good riding in. We're going to go hunt some gas up right now. So everybody take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.